Enter through the door of war and witness our smallness among the ruins. See our tight shoulders pinched between the heaps and our tender hands grasping shovels feeding the earth our dead. We return trembling to windowless homes to make sense of frames without doors. We sit in grief where tables once stood and chairs once held our weight. Now we kneel on the middle of the open hearth. Gone is the cypress and the indigo, and the cypress and the indigo. Gone is the sparrow and the sweet grass because it does not grow here anymore. Our mouths are unable to speak, but our hearts flow with a language we cannot understand. Grief is an uttering tongue, taking no comfort in the uttering. We seek the young to pull us through, but babies has silenced their healing songs of laughter and grinning at the auras of angels. And now great-grandmothers who've carried sacred bundles for us now roam the land with empty arms, calling for their mothers, calling for their nimble caring to come and braid our streets back into being. Good evening. Oh, y'all gonna have to do better than that. Good evening. I have a time limit tonight, so I'm basically gonna do I'm doing 2 old poems and a new poem. And this next poem is related to the poem I just did about our grandmothers. Because my grandmother, if you have a notion of home, my grandmother is that notion of home for me. And a lot of our elders who I think have been disenfranchised in our countries all across the world, because we do not have a notion of what true wisdom is. We don't give that gratitude and respect. And because I am a child that has that respect for my elders, this is the poem that I wrote for Katy Lattimore. Her birthday is November 7th, and she will be 109 years old. Staring into Katy Lattimore's eyes, I go straight into heaven. Rest in a blueness not here on earth. With her, I feel a certain mercy I have never known. She who grew hollyhocks, hydrangeas, and hibiscus and drew every stray cat in the county. She who, when not picking cotton, grew vegetables in a yard and fished in her spare time. She, Rachel's daughter, her mother, born a slave, bore 16 children. She, in those desperate danger times, had aspirations beyond the 3rd grade, but she never made it to that one-room schoolhouse. Her knowledge was of another understanding, a candle lit by the Almighty. When I'm wise, I sit there and study her blue flame, how she smoked her Winston 100s. Inhaled a little and let the ash go until it fell like withered dreams beneath her feet. How she drank her Coca-Cola like medicine, loved her potato sweet, made me through, my mother, through and through until I am what I am. It is why I have a penchant for all things old. I am not particular about the new. It is why I gave birth to 2 incredibly old women. I call them the Delaney sisters. It is their spirit, not their age. I am not calling my mother's mother a saint, but is there anybody living who would want to walk in Katy Lattimore's shoes? She deserves the glory of these words and any respite they might bring. Her jet black ambition tied to her hands, her running feet, running through cane fields, cotton fields, always somebody else's sharecrop land. She deserves to run, to fight, to battle no more, lay it all down by the riverside, but she's in the nursing home with the rage burning bright. I know because Sometimes she won't let no white hand touch her. But when I leave there, she whispers in my ear, loves everybody, child. No matter how black, how blue, how brown, how white, loves everybody. For in those times she was running water, clearing clean in that ingrown South where revolution never happened, not even now. She was and is the point of my inspiration, showing me the revolution is in staying alive. I am not sure what happened to her 108 years of living in the South. I only know she is closer to God than anyone I have ever known. Imagine lasting heartache after heartache, outlasting the death of almost everyone. Imagine lasting 108 years and having no monuments erected in your name. The only thing resurrected daily was the struggle and the fight. What are we going to say to that woman? We're going to look around and pretend she's not there? What are we going to say? What are we going to do? If we want to be well, we sit down and we listen with more than our ears. I was in Rhode Island at a college, and someone came up to me after I had to do poetry in the hallway as the students changed classes. Not a good idea. And I thought no one heard me, and I had one person come up to me and say, I just want to tell you, the poem you did for your grandmother? I just want to tell you something, Glenis Redmond. She said, you are your grandmother's monument. And it was like a gift that somebody had put in my heart. And those of you who know me know that I travel about 176 days a year. It's not so much as a performer, but as an educator, because I believe in the arts, and I believe that poetry does save the world. Can I get a witness? This poem right here is a very short poem, and it doesn't air much. It's called Visitation, and it was written after a dream. She-bear came 3 winters ago, drifting on a dream cloud, slipped off the soft offering of her hide to hang around my frame. Her arms were large with giving, like any good mother. Her eyes radiated a purpose, extending a turquoise strength. With one touch, she granted me girth to unfurl across the expanse of my back, flung around the circle of my waist. Swaddling me, she whispered, death will knock 3 times at your door. My coat will keep grief from killing you cold. My coat will keep grief from killing you cold. My coat will keep grief from killing you. I lost my good friend Christine Lassiter, those of you who knew Christine after that. I lost my cousin, and then I lost my father. I think the arts and dreaming are a way to keep us as well. So I speak to you, like I said, not as an entertainer, but someone who is a spiritual activist. This last poem is a poem that is what inspires me as I go into classrooms all across the country. And it's an older poem, but I'll never forget it, because these students in prison taught me how to walk with poetry. And my belief is that we don't walk with barriers with anyone. We take our walls down. So I don't have any tidbits of wisdom other than that. Poetry Lesson 101. They have crawled on their bellies through steel bars and beneath iron walls. Last stop before drop-off where no one cares. What's pathetic? Many have whispered in my ear, this place is safer than home. The little girl in me understands, pushing a dresser twice my 9-year-old weight to guard the bedroom door, to keep the devil out but not safe from the demons within. Push, breathe, petition to monsters, pray to Jesus, release me from this grip and I'll get religion. Lay down, breathe, my fears not released to the break of day. Another book has walked me through the grips of night. Judy Blume and Beverly Cleary and Maya Angelou freed me with their words and baptized me with their fire and healed me with the strength to go on. And together we crawl through steel bars and beneath iron walls to see another world in which to live. Poetry. Now my black face has been spied in artist directories. They think I can help these boy, men, girl, women, crusted children. Is the look in my eye revealed through the photo? Can they see the toughness of my belly? How I've crawled and scraped from one prison to the next, on to the next. They spit words like rotten teeth out of their mouth. These kids are bad seeds, forewarned and forearmed. I enter into the gates with gangster lyrics and raps in tow and words about to meet the gaze of these demons. These bad boys, these rotten seeds, eye to eye, I meet no resistance. They peel back their blue-black shells and let me in, and together we crawl through steel bars and beneath iron walls. They do not write rage. They do not spit fire, show fangs, drip venom. They write love poems. Introduce me to their mamas and their grandmamas. I, on bended knee with 9-year-old heart, I teach them poetry, and they teach me how to love. Thank you.